She about her business, ain't no wasting time. Graduated, got her degree, she stay on her grind. She's so focused. That's the type of woman I like, and she own it. I tell her that all the time. She bad and she know it. Yeah, she know it, yeah, she know it. She don't never have to do too much. Never, she don't have to prove too much.
Hey lovelies, hope everyone is having a blessed and lovely day. If you're new and don't know, I'm D Renee and welcome to my channel. If you're an oldie but goodie, welcome back. What's up? How y'all doing? Where y'all been? It's so nice to see y'all again. Okay, you guys, so as you can tell by the title of this video, I am bringing you all my oil reduction makeup routine, y'all. Now, one thing I will tell y'all, your girl is very much oily. Like, she gets oily, okay? Throughout over the years, my pores have become enlarged, and I have been trying to combat that issue. But you know, that's comes with learning. You know, the process of learning what works on your face, the products, the cleansing products, and what overall helps the issues that you're facing. Okay, so I will say that within the last several months, they have gotten better. They started to shrink. So with that being said, being that I am a very oily individual, and when I am going out, I try to look for or kind of work through different routines that will help combat the oiliness when I have to go long durations of periods with wearing makeup. Because one thing that I hate is when I'm wearing my makeup and then I'm out and I don't really pay attention, or I'm not in the space to where I'm constantly looking at myself or able to look at myself. But when I'm wearing my makeup and then I am just oily, I've gotten so oily and it just looks horrible. It just makes the makeup look horrible. And I really don't like blotting too much, because over time throughout the day, when you keep on blotting, it messes up the makeup and it makes it look really patchy, and just it kind of starts to rub off as well. So I really have tried to look for different routines that work with me to subside the oiliness for as long as I can throughout the day. Okay, and with this routine that I have, when I say, and this is through trial and error, like honestly, this is through trial and error, this is the most effective method that works for me, that I am able to stay as matte as possible throughout the day. I'm not saying that no oil will seep through, but it's very, very minimal. Okay, very minimal, because it would be impossible to just completely stop the oil for the day. I don't know what sorcery that is, but you know, if you have it, then just let me know. But for right now, I have gotten the routine that works for me. Okay, but yeah, so with that being said, this is very unprofessional to just do all this, y'all. I must keep saying it, like, it really does work. It really does help me. Everybody's skin is different, but I'm just happy that I kind of stumbled up on this routine for me, because I'm able to wear my makeup throughout the day and blot as less as possible as I can. Okay, but anyway, so yeah, so with that being said, if you all would like to see how I combat oiliness with this makeup routine, this oil reduction makeup routine, then go ahead and stay tuned, you guys. You will not be disappointed. You will not be disappointed. Okay, but with that, let's go ahead and get into the video. So as you can see, I have already done my eyebrows as well as my eye makeup offline, because I didn't want this video to go too long, and this is not an everyday makeup routine. This is an oil reduction routine, so I wanted to just go ahead and get this out the way, do this offline. But if you do or would like an neutral everyday makeup routine, this is my go-to makeup look, then don't go ahead and leave a comment down below. and I will also make that video for you all. But for what you clicked on the video for, what you came here for, that's what we're going to get into. So first, being that this is going to be a talk through video, well, not a talk through video, but it's going to be a, I'm going to talk through as I'm doing my makeup. I want to first get the focal point products, get the baseline products, get the foundational products out the way. And so I'm just going to let you all know what those are. And first we're going to start with the MAC Studio Fix Mattifying 12-Hour Shine Control Primer. And yes, this is one of the products that I like to start off with. And then I follow it up with the Benefits Professional. This is the light primer. Now I do have like the regular primer as well, but the one that I use, or I mostly gravitate to, is the light primer. And this has like a kind of like a soothing sensation along with it, which helps fill in the pores as well. Because over the years my pores have gotten enlarged. I am working on them. I feel like over the last couple of months they are shrinking, but they're not where I want them to be. So we need a primer that will help fill in those pores so that we have a smooth foundation for applying our makeup. And then what I go in with is my e.l.f. Matte Putty Primer. And I like to go in last with this primer because unlike those two, this is a much more like thicker, tackier type of primer. So I already have kind of like the primer that helps with the pores, and this is kind of like a second layer securement in that process. So those are the 3 primers that I like to go into for starting off. And then last, which is not a primer, it's a translucent primer. I mean, not translucent primer, a translucent powder. I go in with my Morphe translucent setting powder, and it doesn't have to be this kind. It could be any setting powder because setting powder is setting powder. But this is just the one that I have, and that's what I like to kind of seal everything in with before starting my foundation. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into it, and hopefully this video is not too long. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Whew, y'all, this is not no beer or alcohol. This is my kombucha, okay? I love kombucha. But anyway, how y'all been doing? It's been a little minute. It's been a little minute, but hey, I'm still here. How y'all doing? How y'all been? Y'all, it's so nice to see y'all again. I gave it to y'all again, but you know, that's all right. But anyway, y'all, for real, like, how has life been treating y'all? How is y'all 2024 going? Like, is it going is it starting off? Or has it started off how you expected it? Is it on the good foot, on a good track? How's it going? For me, y'all, I have to say that I am truly thankful. I am truly blessed because y'all, I just got to give thanks to God. Like, I really got to give thanks to my God, because when I say he is for real doing a new thing and he has been moving and grooving in my life, he really has been doing it, okay? So I just got to give thanks to him because I don't know where I would be. Like, I really don't. And y'all, when I say my relationship, so for those of you who don't know, like where I am or how my life has been going, I do have videos on that, and I have a series where it was the what is it, unemployed educated black girl, something like that. I don't even know the name of my own thing that I did, But yeah, you all can check out those videos to kind of see like where I'm headed with this conversation. But yeah, y'all, like y'all, I really just got to give thanks to God, because he's really been doing in me a new thing, and I am so appreciative of that, because like my overall relationship with God has tremendously grown, and I'm just so in awe and in amazement of where he has taken me, y'all. And all I can say is like, this is just the beginning. Like, this is the surface level, okay? This is surface level stuff, and to think that I just got so much more to go. I'm just like kind of, I don't want to say at the beginning. I'm at a new beginning of this journey that I'm on, and I'm not gonna lie. Like, I will say, this has been the scariest time. So like over the last couple of months, which is funny because we were just like, I've just been in I was in, like, I believe, I want to say Bible study or in my class, and we were speaking on being in the wilderness. And over these last several months, that is pretty much where I feel like I have been, in the wilderness. And for those of you know like what being in the wilderness is and what it feels like, y'all, it's not nothing that's really easy. Yeah, it's not nothing that's like really comfortable. It's something that's humbling, it's challenging, and it really kind of tests your faith, being in the wilderness. And that's pretty much what it's been. But when I say it is the most peace that I have experienced probably like all of my life, like for a while, if not all of my life, it is the most peace that I have experienced, okay? Like, now don't get me wrong, it hasn't been easy. It has not been easy at all. My bad, y'all. I'm trying to move along, but this thing on primer, this professional primer, it'd be hard to get out. But yeah, like I said, it's not easy. It has not been easy at all. And I'm not going to sit up here in front like, oh, it's just been Skittles and rainbows. No ma'am, no ham. It has not been. It very much has not been no Skittles and rainbows. But when I say that it has been the most peace I have experienced, it has been the most peace. Okay? And for that, I can only really give thanks to God, because like being in the wilderness, it has really I don't want to say forced me, but forced me to depend on God. It really kind of opened up, and it made me have to trust God and have faith in his plan in my life, in and for my life. You know what I mean? It has really opened that up for me. And when I say like what the things that I'm learning, the things that I've seen, and just how he's moving in my life, is just truly amazing. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like I was one of those people that I felt like, I see a lot of people and their blessings and their testimonies and stuff, and I just always kind of felt like that could never happen to me. Don't ask me why I felt like that, but I just felt like, no, those things will never happen to me. Like, God won't bless my life like that. Like, why would he? Like, who am I for him to bless me like that, So I just, I never thought that I could feel the love of God, how others, how their testimonies explain, the love of God and what they feel and what they have experienced in their life. Like, I didn't think that it could happen to me, but being in these last several months in the wilderness, and just me and him, because it was me and him, like for real. Excuse me. It was me and him, and just seeing how he moved. Like, y'all, what's that song, late in the midnight hour, God's gonna turn it around. Yeah, that, y'all, like, it's really been that type of thing going on, because I could be in a situation in this, like, you know, in this panic, whatever you want to call it, in this anxiety mode or whatever you want to call it, I could be in a situation and then I can go to sleep and wake up and the resources are provided me to take care of that situation, or the situation is just handled. That's really what I've been experiencing, and it's just been so amazing, y'all. It's been really, really, really amazing to see the love of God, like, for real. Yeah, like, my relationship has really gotten stronger. My relationship has really grown in him. I've learned who he is in me, who I am in him. And that's, like, for real, truly amazing. And y'all, when I say I have never been as excited as I have been to read the Bible, y'all, I have really been having enjoyment in reading the Bible. Okay? Like, it is really like a good old, you know how, like, you have that good book, you come home, you make you a little glass of Kool-Aid or iced tea or something, and then you sit on the couch and just with your legs folded on the couch, and you got your blanket and you reading that good old book, that good novel. That's how it is. That's how it has been with me reading the Bible, y'all. Like, and when I say I be into it, I really be into it, because the Bible is really the source. Like, if you really want to know how to live and how to even build your relationship in him, read the Bible. Like, it's all there. It's all there. It tells us everything that we need to know. Okay? So, yeah, I've been really into my Bible. And when I say when you start reading the Bible and then the Bible start reading you, baby, that's when it gets real. Like, when I say conviction, honey, conviction to the fullest. Okay? Like, it's one thing to read the Bible. When it start reading you, baby, that's a whole nother thing. But yeah, I've really been enjoying reading the Bible. And, like, I've just honestly, my bad, y'all. Y'all know when I get to that one point where you can't talk and do it at the same time. But yeah, like, in reading my Bible again, like I said, I have just grown to learn who I am in the kingdom, who God is in me, who I am in God, and just learning about me and my life. Like, I've grown up in church. Like, my grandfather was a pastor. I grew up in his church and all of that. But so I've always, like, known who God is, but never really knew who God was in my life. Like, you know what I mean? I knew him, but I didn't ever have a relation with him, I felt. You know what I mean? So in this moment and in these times, just reading and learning and reading to understand, it's truly been amazing to me. And not only that, like I said, also in reading the Bible and being in this season that I have been in. Okay, so now I know I look a little crazy, y'all, but trust the process. So now that I have my base products on, I am going to go into now with my my nose itch, my bad, y'all. Now I'm going to go into my foundation. And for my my bad. For my foundation, what I like to use is one or two products. So I either like to use my Fenty Beauty foundation, or I like to go in with my Juvia's Place foundation. And I also like, for if I'm doing something, like if I have a something like where I'm going, I'm sorry y'all, my nose is itching. If it's somewhere where I'm like going out, like I will go to my NARS. But for my foundation, this oil reduction routine, what I've learned is I actually get a little bit more oily using my NARS foundation over my Fenty and my Juvia's Place. So That's why if whatever I'm doing for my oil reduction routine, I typically tend to go to these two products, or foundation, because just overall throughout the day, if I'm wearing my makeup for long periods of time, they just, to me, it overall works better. So I think for today I may go ahead and go in with my Juvia's Place. So and I do have as you can see, I have the D on here, and then the other one has the L. It's just the darker and the lighter version. I have to put it on there because I don't ever remember which one is which. But yeah, so what was I saying? So yeah, I didn't really know really who he, like I said, who he was in my life, really. So yeah, just being in this place, I'm able to do that and learn that and really go to him, because even in being in the wilderness, like I said earlier, it's all about trusting in him, and trusting in him that you believe that he is the head of your life, and what he's taking you through will not harm you but make you better. And it's all a part of his plan. Like, being in the wilderness really means trusting in God, like wholeheartedly, for real, for real. Because you don't really have anyone else to turn to, and that's another thing that I'm learning, because like how I used to be is I used to really depend on people, like my spiritual leaders in my life and different just people in my life in general. I would depend on them for when I was going through things. I would go to them and talk to them and kind of like seek answers through them. And in doing that, I kind of started to make them my God, because I wasn't going to the source. I wasn't going to the source of my life. I wasn't going to God. I was going to these individuals that are in my life looking for answers, or kind of like going to them about how I should handle a situation, or how I should be living my life, or what I should do in whatever situation that I was in. So in that, I had to repent about that, because I really started to make them my gods in my life. Like, I didn't go to God, I didn't pray to God to walk me through a situation, to help me in a situation, to kind of give me the understanding, give me the wisdom or discernment to navigate a situation in my life. Like, I would just go to these individuals. So in doing that, like I said, I had to repent for that, because you should put no other God. You should put no one else before God. You know what I mean? Like, this is the source. This is the man who knew me before I was even formed in my mother's womb. He knows my life. He knows my next step. He knows what I'm going to do next. He knows my next move. You know what I mean? He knows everything about my life. So why would I not go to the creator? You know what I mean? Why would I not go to? So, that's another thing that I learned, and I really appreciate. That's why I said, like I said earlier, like, this has not been the easiest of times at all by far, but it has been the most peaceful, because even in the trying times, like his word says, his word shall not return to him void. So even being in the wilderness, I just held on to the last thing he said to me. And I know that like his word shall not return to him void. So I know I had to believe that, okay, I shall not go without. I know what you told me, God. I will not go without. I will not lack. I will be provided for. And I will, come out on the end of the other end of this thing prosperous. Like, I know what you told me. So to hold on to his word and give his word back to him, like, when I started to learn that, being in this season, like, it really started to just resonate with me. It started to permeate, like, through me, throughout me, like, really, really, for real. And yeah, I'm just so forever thankful. Like, I am really so forever thankful, y'all. And I'm just so excited. Like I said, I'm just at the I'm just at surface level. I don't want to say like I'm at a low level or anything like that, but I'm at the surface level, okay? Like, just imagine I have a whole nother journey. I'm not a whole nother, but a whole journey ahead of me. And to realize and think that all I'm going to do is get better in my walk with him, that just like, ooh, that just makes my heart smile so much, y'all. It just brings me so much joy and peace. And again, like, if y'all don't know, like, kind of like my situation over these last several months, I do have videos on that. Just go ahead back and look at those videos, and you'll see like why I'm just so overjoyed and why I'm just so thankful, because I feel like what we like to do is, and this is something that I've had to learn as well, that just because we are going through times, like I had to learn that God doesn't tempt you, he tests you. If that makes sense. Like, God is not going to tempt you, but he will test you. So I had to learn that, everything that we do or everything that happens in our life is based on a decision. And based on that decision will determine the outcome of the situation that you're in. So just like God is in your life, and where you are in your life with God, the enemy does not want you to progress in your life. He does not want to see you grow. He does not want to see you prosper. So, the devil, like Satan, he does not play fair. And that's why I love like being in my discipleship class, because baby, when I say my discipleship class, baby, my pastors, like, I don't know. I'll tell you about that later. Anyway, baby, when I say I've been fired up, y'all, they be having me fired up. And learning that the devil does not, he does not play fair, he plays legal. And when I say that made so much sense, because there's certain things that he is allowed to do. So he's going to play legally. He may not play fair, but he definitely will play within those legal bounds. Okay. So, he will send counterfeits in your life that very much may feel like it's from God, but that's where that discerning spirit comes in. Real quick, I'm now gonna go in with my concealers, and they are the Juvia's Place concealers. I always use two different concealers because I don't know if you all can see, but this one is darker, this one is lighter, and for that reason I like to go into the outer corners of the outer portion of my under eye with the darker, and I like to put the darker concealer in the inner under eye and in the outer, and then I like to go back in just to the inner with the lighter concealer. So that's why I usually always use two. But anyway, but yes, like, he will send counterfeits in your life, and that's where discernment comes in knowing what's you, what's God, and what's the enemy. Okay. And that's something that I am learning, like, for real, to have a better discernment of things and situations in my life, because like I said, the decision that we makes, it's a cause and effect. Depending on the decision we make will determine the outcome that the situation will be. I'm just in awe, y'all. I am really in awe. I honestly forgot where I was going with that, because I kind of went in a little bit. So forgive me, y'all. But yeah, so in learning that, in learning just to really trust in God, and to kind of know and be able to discern in those situations, because like I said, okay, I know where thank you, Holy Spirit, brought it back to me, because of what I was saying was, just because we're going through a situation, what I had to also keep in my heart, that which my sister had told to me, was like, even going through this situation, yes, it's going to be trying time, but you cannot get angry with God. And not saying that we can't be angry, but don't get angry with God in the sense of to where it causes you to do something that's not of God, or you blame him or anything like that, because God doesn't want to God wants there to be heaven on earth. God wants you to have the desires of your heart. You know what I mean? So in everything that we do, God is not necessarily sending you all of these things, all of these bad things that's happening to you. I had to realize, like, a lot of the things that was going on was because of I really didn't have any trust in him, and I was trusting in the world more so than I was trusting in his word. Whew. That actually, like, hit me right then and there. Like, I was really trusting in the world more so than I was trusting in his word. So in a sense where yes, even though I had his word, the last thing that he said to me, I was still going through these things, and it looked like that what he said to me wasn't going to be true. But late in the midnight hour, when I thought that all was lost, all was over, baby, when I say God turned it around, when I say God came through, like, he will never leave you. He will never forsake you. Like, honestly. So in seeing that, it's just like, how can I not trust and give my life to him? How can I not believe in him? How can I not just surrender everything to him? You know what I mean? So, like, it's really has been it's really been a journey, but it's been so amazing just to see, oh, excuse me, my everything and how it's going, because whoo, y'all, baby, let this been a year or so ago, honey, I would be in such a depressive state, and I would not know how to handle all of this. And I'm just so thankful, because like I said earlier, I'm just at the surface level, and nowhere does it ever say that surrendering your life to God, walking the life, walking this life with God, that everything was just gonna be peaches, peachy peachy. Okay, that's really, like, when you really give your life to God, and when you really say yes to him, baby, that's when the enemies really come, because that they don't want you. That's not what they don't want you to do. That they don't want you to do that. So I need to learn and know how to ward off these spirits. I need to know how to fight these demons, because I'm not fighting with flesh. I'm not fighting like with the fleshly people of the world. I am fighting principalities. I'm fighting spirits and all of these things. So I need to know how to ward these things off. I need to know how to cast these things out. I need to know how to have that authority, dominion, and power to be able to fight in the spirit. Okay? So, like, it's really been an amazing journey, y'all. Like, and going back to, like, reading my Bible, y'all, when I say, like that has really, really been helping me as well. Like, when they say if you read your Bible, it will really teach you how to live a life of God. It really does. It really does. It is the manual of life. Like, I am for real seeing that. And when I be reading, y'all, I be having to have a conversation with God, because I be having to clutch my pearls like, God, did this really happen? I know he just didn't do. I know she didn't do that. That can't be real. This cannot be real. Like, this did not happen. This could not have happened. Like, how could? And then I start reading. I'm just like, I start getting convicted, honey. I'm like, ooh, Who, God? Okay, I heard you, God. I heard you. I heard you. So now, that I have, ooh, y'all, I don't know why my face is itching so much today. But now that I have my concealer on, I'm gonna go in with my setting powder. And y'all, I forgot to tell y'all, I took it back to the old school, y'all. I took it back to the old school. Huh. What y'all know about this? Y'all remember this? Earth Spud, y'all remember it? What y'all know? What y'all know about it, okay? But I took it back to the old school. And that's what we gonna use. Is this the one that I meant to use? I don't know, but we're gonna use it. But yeah, so yeah, it's been really real. And I'm ready, y'all. I'm so pumped up. I'm so excited to just continue to be on this journey and to learn more about myself and what he has called me to do in this world. I'm just excited about it, y'all. I'm just excited, and I'm honestly so thankful to my spiritual leader, my teacher, because I did say I'm currently in this discipleship course or class, and to help learn who I am in God, and basically you just everything that you need to know how to be a disciple for the kingdom. I'm just so thankful for the leadership, because my camera had cut off and I don't know where it cut off at, but hopefully it got as much as I needed it to get. Oh my goodness, because I was just going in, and I need to really start paying attention to that too, because my camera has been doing that quite often lately. And I need to start realizing, because, baby, I can be talking for a whole 30 minutes and the camera cut off 40 minutes ago. So, that's what I need to start paying attention. But anyway, I don't even know where it left off, so I'm just gonna start where I left off when I noticed it, okay? But anyway, but yeah, so being in this discipleship class, I'm just so really appreciative of my spiritual leaders, because they really make the course feel warm and open, and just learning how to be a disciple in the kingdom, and learning how to properly walk with God. It's just so amazing, because in that, like I was saying, like I said, I don't know where it left off, so hopefully I'm not repeating myself. But being that I'm just at surface level, at least that's how I feel. I'm at surface level in my walk. Not saying that I'm being that, because I kind of rededicated my life to God, I guess you could say that, or I came back to my dad. And now, where I am, I feel like I'm at the surface level. I have been seeing the attacks on my life. I have been seeing the enemy trying to take me out. So when you give your life to God, and when you really surrender and give your life over, you lay down your life, you die to yourself, baby, because you give your life to God does not mean that that's gonna make anything any easier. As a matter of fact, that's when everything really start to come even harder, because the enemy doesn't want you to prosper. He doesn't want you to progress. He doesn't want to see you give your life over to God. You know what I mean? He wants you to serve in his little K kingdom. Okay? I don't even know if I would want to consider it a kingdom, but you know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, he wants you to be a servant of him. So he's going to send out all of the attacks, all of his weapons, all of his tactics. He's going to send it out from every which way he can, and to be able to have the discernment to know what's the enemy and what's of God is important, because although the enemy does not play fair, he does play legal. So he will play within his legal bounds, and he will play how he's supposed to play. But he is definitely going to send some tricks that may look like it's from God, but that's where that discernment comes in knowing. You got to know what's of God, what's you, and what's the enemy. And like, yeah, like, so it's important to know that, because even with being in the wilderness and him sending this stuff, I had to tell myself not to get angry with God, because this is what I said. I don't, like I said, I don't know if it cut off or not, but I was saying that being in the wilderness, and I had to give God his word back to him, because his word should not return to him void. And I had to just hold to my heart the last thing that he said to me. I will not lack. I will not go without. I will not lose. And I will come out prosperous. So in that, everything that happens in life, it's dependent upon is dependent from a decision. So it's a cause and effect. Like, depending on what what you're deciding to do in that situation will determine the outcome of the situation. So we can't just sit here and put this on God and say, oh God, you allowed this to happen to me, because he gives us free will. Okay? He gives us free will. And that's really what I had to start to understand was, okay, well, I really need to get about my business about God, because at the end of the day, I can't, like, self can't help self. These self-help books and stuff like that, self can't help self, because if self is already damaged and all of this, ain't no self-help book or nothing that's gonna be able to help self. Okay, self cannot help self. Okay, so I had to learn that, I can't do this alone. You cannot do this alone. So I was saying that's why I really appreciate my spiritual leaders and my discipleship course, because he's like really, and I'm a shy person anyway. Okay, I'm a shy person, so even sitting here talking to you all about everything, and about even in previous videos being vulnerable, is something really different for me. It's really out the box. Honestly, like, it's really out the box, because I'm a private person, I'm a shy person, and I am not a person that has to be in the spotlight, or likes to be in the center of attention, or I'm not a public speaker, or I don't, you know what I mean? I'm not that person. So um to talk about, like, my life, what I'm going through, and just my journey and all of that, this is something new for me. And in that class, it's really helping me grow in my confidence in myself, in God. It's really allowing me to really see my strength, the strength that God has given me, and really walking in who I am. Because I don't know if you've known before, no, but I had my YouTube for quite some time, and before I was doing very well in it, but then when life would happen, I would kind of stop it, because I would be kind of like embarrassed of where I was in my life, what was going on, as compared to as everybody else's life on the internet and on YouTube and stuff like that. And I was embarrassed of where I was and what I was going through. So whenever I would go through things, I would not record. I would not do videos, because I'm like, this is embarrassing. Like, I don't want the world to know what I'm going through. But that's another thing, and like, that's another thing that has helped me too. Like, even this time around, like, I have kind of caught on to, like, watching other individuals' testimonies and motivational videos, because at the end of the day, if God is sending you to something, then obviously it's meant for you to be there. Okay, and that's how kind of like I came back into starting back YouTube, is because God has sent too many people to me to talk about this, to talk about YouTube and me getting back into it. And I had to get out of my own way. I had to get out of the way and give it everything to God and let him control my life instead of me, doing it myself. So in that, like I said, I am now, I'm not fully there yet. I ain't fully arrived. He's still working on me. Okay? Still working on me. But I have been able to talk about different things in my life, different situations that I'm going through, and where I am spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, whatever the case may be. I'm able to now, discuss that and talk about it and all of those things because this is something that God has orchestrated. This is something that God has put his stamp of approval on. So anything that he approves will not fail. Okay? Will not fail. But it's up to you to put in the work. So I really, y'all, like I said, like I've really been working. I've really been trying, and I'm not there. I have not arrived. I feel like none of us really arrived, because if we've arrived, then that's when we get in the mindset, okay, we got this. We got this. And then that's when we start to push God aside and we don't need him. So I'm not like, I'm going to always be growing and learning. And I have not even arrived at the stage right now in my life of where I need to be. And I'm okay with that. Learning to be okay with being okay. Learning to be okay with being okay. That's something else that I had to learn. And I haven't fully arrived yet. But, again, he's still working in me. And I had to learn to be okay. You know what I mean? I had to be, learn to, outside of being vulnerable, speaking my truth. Like, somebody come, are you doing okay? No, I am not doing okay. I'm not doing okay. I need help. I need prayer. I need a friend. I need somebody. I need to cry. I need to vent. No, I'm not okay right now. And I need help. And that also comes with being vulnerable. And so in learning all those things, like I said, like I'm just, y'all, like my heart is just so filled. The fact that, like I told y'all earlier, like I grew up in church, and like although I knew who God was, I never really knew who, like I knew religion, but I didn't have relationship. Like for real, like although I grew up in church, my grandfather was a pastor, graduated, so he passed like a week after I was born. And so growing up in church, like I always knew who God was, but I didn't know the relationship with God. And knowing relationship and having relationship with him now, like it's just truly amazing. And like y'all, when I say my discipleship class, like I be patient, but I be anxiously waiting for Saturdays. Like I really be waiting for Saturdays, because when I feel like I be having the whole armor of God on me, y'all. And then with the class, I be pumped up. I be feeling like I can go out here and slay any demon right now. I still need, I'm still growing. I still need some tools under my belt, but that's how I be feeling. I be real pumped up, y'all. I be for real pumped up, and that's why I love the class so much. Like I love my leader, my spiritual leaders. I love the class so much. So, but yeah, and what else was I gonna say? What else am I doing? So now that I have that, I'm now going into another old school, taking it back to the old school, y'all. And I'm going to be going into my Black Radiance True Complexion palette. So I got this recently, and I was just like, is this the one that I had? I couldn't remember, but this is an older palette. This is the medium to dark one. And as you can see, like I be using this up. So I was like, I need another one, and I really like these palettes. Like for doing my contour and as well as my highlight as well. I really love this palette. But when I got this, I realized, okay, this is not the same palette. This is dark to deep, but overall it almost kind of looks the same. Like the sculpting one is a little bit lighter, and this one is a little bit darker, of course, because it's dark to deep. But overall, I think it'll be fine and it'll work for what I need it to. So, yeah. But yeah. So yeah, that's that, y'all. But another thing, y'all, that has really like helped me as well is, ooh, that's real dark. Ooh, that's real dark. Ooh. Whoa. Okay. Ooh, I didn't know it's gonna be that dark, y'all. But another thing that has been helping me, y'all, is I think I was about to get into it, but I think I went somewhere else with it. It's the, what is it? The, oh, YouTube, and like watching other individuals' testimonies. Y'all, that has really been helping me as well, to know that, okay, I'm not the only one that's going through something. I'm not the only one that has gone through this. And it's just like, Darlene, you are not the first person, and you will not be the last person. So what are you like running from? What are you so afraid of? Like, you, just as these testimonial videos and these YouTube videos are helping you, you don't know how your videos could help someone else. Like, so get out of your own way and just do what I'm telling you. And y'all, like, it's just so amazing. It's just so amazing at hearing the different individuals' testimonies and just where they are in life. And y'all, when I say, I am just so, my heart be so pleased and I be so amazed. So like, yeah, the girlies be like, they really be on it. And to see the, I don't want to say, I'm gonna say new generation, like, I'm just that old. Like, I'm not really that old. But see the new generation or younger generation, like, their love of God is so amazing. So I watch a couple of people, like, who's been heavy in my rotation lately. Like the girl, when that's like, every time in my video I always do that, and I think of her because it be stuck in my head, because she do that. She be like, it's the way you act. And I think I said it in one of my vlogs, but y'all, that be stuck in my head. Like, what is her name? I think it's, ooh, my bad. I think it's Caitlyn. I can't remember her YouTube name fully. Caitlyn. I ain't even about to lie. I ain't even about to try to butcher it or anything. But her name is Caitlyn. I have to leave her video, probably, like, I mean, her YouTube channel on the screen, because baby, when I say she all about God, baby, she is all about God. And like, to see like the younger generations, another one I watch is the Kika Trail. Now, I started with Kika Trail. I think I started with her when she first got onto YouTube, because she had like a testimonial video that I had came across, because I was kind of thinking about doing like the same thing and I didn't know, and her video really helped me. And then Caitlyn, I recently found out about her, but they've been heavy in my rotation. And to see the love of God, the love that they have of God on them, like, it's just so amazing. Because baby, 10 years ago, don't try it. 10 years ago, when I was in my 20s, y'all, I was like, that was not my life. Like I said, of course I knew God and who he is, but I didn't know him for myself. I only know what was taught, like, and that was, in my opinion, religion. Like, I didn't have that relationship with him, okay? Baby, like, because in my 20s, I was a whole hot mess. A whole hot mess, y'all. Like, just doing all of these things, doing all of what I shouldn't be. Like, baby, I was in a whole, y'all, like, I was in a relationship with the same sex, like, for a good minute. Yes, that's my story. That's my story. Like, can't nobody else tell my story. I would rather tell my own story than be exposed, okay? Than being, like, telling your own story is one thing, but being exposed is another thing. So, can't nobody else tell my story for me, okay? And that's just my truth. But that's just my truth. Yes, I was in a relationship with a woman for quite some time. Like, in my 20s, I was wilding, okay? Wilding, okay? And I didn't really, I feel like I'm just talking right now and I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything. But I'm pretty much done. I'm really just trying to look because I feel like, my bad. But yeah, like, I was a hot mess. I was not, I went to church. Yeah, I went to church on Sunday, but I would still be, Saturday night, I was doing what I was doing. Then Monday through Saturday, I was doing what I was doing. So I wasn't in my word like that. I wasn't, God wasn't, I don't want to say God wasn't there or whatever. God was very much there, but he wasn't as, and this is just for the lack of better words, or what is, I'm just saying it how it is in my head. He wasn't popular back then, you know what I mean? And I don't know if that's because of social media, social media's prevalence and how it was and how things are getting across and out, but he wasn't popular back then. Like, I wish I had people back then my age really, speaking to me about God, how this new generation speaks about God, like how they hold their friends accountable, how they're trying to get their friends, bringing their friends to Christ, and how they are interceding on their behalf, and how they are really, that's really a community of them. Like, I wish I had that back then, because I like, and there's no telling where I will be right now. And believe me, like, I'm not like bitter or mad about it, because everything happens for a reason, and God has a plan on our life. But yes, like, I wish I had what they have nowadays. Like, I just didn't have that. And I don't know, maybe I did have it, and the scales was heavy on my eyes, and I just did not see it. But honestly, I just feel like we didn't make God as popular as, like I said, this new generation is making them now. And I love it. Like, I love it to see, like, the young men and young women really into God, really trying to live a life of God, really trying to really walking out their life with God and God. Like, it's truly amazing, and I love it, y'all. I love it. It's just, y'all, it is just so amazingly good. It really is. And I'm just excited, y'all. I am just really, really excited about what he's doing. And like I said, this is only the beginning. This is only the beginning. But anyway, I'm really loving how that powder did under here, y'all. What y'all thinking? I'm really loving it. Like, I feel like it looks good. So what I'm going to do now is, what do I usually do now? I've been talking, y'all, and I can't even think of what I usually do now. I'm going to be back, and I'm going to put on my lashes, and then I don't even know what else I need to do. Yeah, I'll be back, y'all. I'm gonna put on my lashes real fast, and then yeah, we'll just be back. Okay, you guys, so as you can see, I have put on my lashes. I put on like a top, and somewhat did my hair. I really don't like my hair, how it turned out, and I need some oil. But that's just what it is, what it's gonna be right now, okay? Because I don't, whatever. We focusing on the face, okay? But yeah, so I've done that. So now, what I usually do, what I actually forgot to do, I usually do this as I'm doing my concealer. I usually go ahead and do my blush when I do my concealer, but I forgot, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do it now. So we have that. Now I'm going to go in with a little bit of highlight. Just a little bit. Not too much. Not too much. Like, I feel like the, what is it called? What did I put on there? The powder gave me a little bit of highlight within itself. I don't know. I don't know if it's cakey or if it's a little bit of highlighted. I don't know, but I like it a little bit. A little bit. Okay, so we have that, not too much. Yeah, and then I'm still going to just go around and kind of buff out so that it's not too harsh. Now we got to do a lippy, y'all. Okay. Okay, so we have our lip liner on. Now I'm going to go in with my NYX lip gloss, or whatever this is, matte lip, whatever it is. I'm going to go into my NYX lippy, and that's what we're going to use because this is all that I have up here right now. And yeah, these are matte. But anyway, but yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much what's been going on in my life, kind of like an update. But so far, 2024 has been truly amazing. And I'm excited. I'm excited to see what 2024, what he is going to reveal and continue to do in my life. And yeah, I'm just doing stuff now. Yeah, I'm excited. Like 2024 has it started off good. It may not have started off to my standards of good, but overall it has started off good. And I'm just excited to see what he is gonna do, like what else he is gonna do in my life. Let me say that. And I'm on this journey. I'm locked in. We locked in. We go together real bad. Real bad, okay? We go together real bad, and I am just excited. I am excited, y'all. I'm trying to get this lippy blended in how I want it. Okay, but yeah, so yes, you guys, so this is the overall look. I feel like I skipped some steps, maybe just a little bit, but the main focal point I did for the overall oil reduction, I did show you all that in the beginning. So that was the main thing. As long as you all got that and I did that, that's really what the purpose of this video was for. But overall, everything else, I probably missed some steps throughout my just overall routine in general, and that's because I was running my mouth, okay? So, but that's okay. But yeah, y'all, I really do hope that you all's 2024, if it didn't start off good, that it will progressively get better, that you all are doing everything that you need to do to live the life that you want, and not just the life that you want, but the life that God has for you, y'all. I am so excited about my journey, about the testimonies that's to come, and just overall what God is doing in my life. And I just send blessings, pray blessings on you all, on you in you all's lives, and just what God, that you really see the trueness of God in your life, just as I've been able to learn and see in mine. So yeah. Don't want to go on another long talk. So like I said, this is the final overall look. And if you all enjoyed this video just as much as I enjoy bringing it to you all, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you share it, and subscribe. I was about to re-say it all over again, but make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. And yes, like I said, if you do want an everyday makeup look that I've done, then go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section down below, and I will be sure to record that so I can get that to you, because this is my go-to everyday neutral makeup look. So I will be more than happy to let me get my words. I'll be more than happy to give that to you all. Just let me know. And like I said, hopefully you all enjoyed this video just as much as I enjoyed bringing it to you all. And yes, so with that being said, until next time, catch you all in my next video. Deuces.